Hey yo, first of all, thank you so much for signing up for the Tree Nerd Academy. Chris and I are super happy to have you here, and I know that for both of us and for Chris in particular, he loves making these videos, and I love helping out on building these types of platforms. So I am Chris's technical partner on this Tree Nerd Academy, whereas this is his theory, so to speak. But I'm here to walk you through the platform and introduce you to the format. So first of all, I would like to preface by saying this is not a complete replacement of the ISA official study guide. We intend to have you use this in combination with the ISA study guide ideally, but with that being said, this is quite complete in regards to all the information that's contained in here, and you can definitely most certainly use this to pass the exam in and of itself. We have had a couple of testers who have used this by itself and nothing else, and they have passed the exam just fine. So I'm going to give you a quick overview of what the platform looks like. So first of all, we have this dashboard here. This dashboard is just a quick overview of how you're doing. So it shows you when your exam date is, it shows you how you're doing on the course progress. Now, I have no study streak. You kind of have to consider that I'm in a test mode here. You can see how many flashcards you've answered and kind of what your current accuracy is. So I have answered 74 out of the 2,500. And as you can see, my accuracy is pretty low because I've been testing the platform mostly. We currently have 66 modules, but by the time you're going to be watching this video, we'll have over 100. And this is just because I'm recording this at a point where we're almost done with this platform, and Chris has almost finished recording all of the videos. So first of all, we have a little bit of a quick actions. You can take a practice exam. You can continue learning on the last module that you're on that we're going to look at quickly. You can review flashcards, and you can view your profile. We also have a word of the day. So here, this will be refreshed every time you come to the homepage with a new word. Take a look at this quickly, because knowing the glossary for the ISA Certified Arborist exam is essential. And if you know the words to the questions are going to be so much easier for you. Then we have a little bit of a study plan. So this is based and is calculated based on your exam date. So if we take a look at this, we have 46 lessons remaining and we have 80 study days left. Based on this, it recommends that we take at least one lesson per day. Now, ideally, you would take more. You would take more lessons and you would do a lot of flashcard practice, but this is kind of like the bare minimum that you have to do to get through the entire course. With that said, we do recommend that you look through the course multiple times and that you don't just watch each video once, but you watch the videos and you look through the flashcards, etc. But we'll get to that in a minute. Then we just have some quick study tips, etc. based on some general multiple choice exam technique. Now, then we get to the core of the platform. This is the bread and butter. So how we recommend that you use this platform is that for each and every one of these domains, there are a couple of relevant chapters inside of the textbook. For example, some of them correlate perfectly, like tree biology, and for that one, we recommend you look through the tree biology in the official study guide, and then you go into the lesson on Tree Nerd Academy. So if we go into the lesson, now I have completed a couple of these. If I have completed a lesson, it will look like this. If I haven't, it will look something like this. So then after this, we can either click start or review. Now we will click review. So each and every one of these modules has at least one long video by Chris. It's between 15 and 40 minutes, where Chris goes through theory with some nice illustrations, diagrams, and real world example from Chris's work. And you can watch all of these videos on demand. So there's no rent included here. If you purchase this, you have lifetime access. So after you've watched all of this whole video, we recommend watching it once or twice. Then you would ideally go through the text lessons. So we would go through here, where we look at some of the exam strategy based on what's commonly coming up on the exam. You'd also take a look at the glossary. After that, you will click on complete and continue, and you'll move on to the next lesson. So then we recommend going through all of this for the tree biology, for example. Once you are done with this, these will all be marked as complete, and we recommend that you take the module quiz. So this is a 100-question quiz that you can go through, and what this does is it starts a flashcard session for this particular domain. So we have more than 100 questions per domain, but this is just 100 random questions for this particular domain. So we recommend that you go through this, answer this, and everything that you get incorrectly, you go back and either look inside of the textbook, you look through the text lessons again for that particular section, you look through the video, and you have Arb AI explain to you how the question is phrased and kind of the meaning behind it and the theory behind it, so that you learn to do this question correctly in the future. we recommend that you look through all of these modules, and you go through all of them in kind of your own pace, but we do definitely recommend that you do this more than once and that you watch the videos more than once. Then we have flashcards. Flashcards is an essential part to practice both your test taking technique, but also to get the theory down. So we can start on 100 random questions from all domains. We can do 5 questions if we want to do a quick one, for example, or we can do 50 questions. And then over here, you're able to keep track on kind of how you are performing per domain, what your accuracy is per domain. And once you've taken all of the questions, you can see where your weaknesses are. And we recommend that for your weaknesses, you go back, you review the lessons, review your textbook, and you review the videos. If you just want to review the videos in and of themselves, now this video will be here. This is why this one has a placeholder. But if you want to review only the videos, they can be found here, for example, or you can go in here and you can just watch through the videos. These videos are fantastic. If you know Chris, then you know that he has had a great YouTube channel for quite some time. He has almost 20 years of experience in the tree industry. He's nailed this exam. He has nailed the board certified master arborist exam, and he's helped a lot of people pass this exam. So really place a lot of value in these videos because they are fantastic, and he goes through the concepts in a digestible, simple form. And when you combine these videos with the flashcards and the text lessons, that's when you really get to the retention of the information, and you really get to learning it as opposed to just memorizing it. Then we recommend that ever so often you take these mock exams. This can be maybe once a week preferably, or once every 2 weeks depending on how long you've given yourself to study. You can do either a mini exam, half exam, or full exam. The full exam is meant to simulate the official exam. Now the questions won't be exactly the same verbatim in that we don't have access to the exact questions that are on the exam, but the questions will be covering the same concepts, and if you can do these questions well, then you'll be able to do the exam well. Now, if we do one of these exams, they kind of reflect how the real exam will look. It says which domain the question comes from, which it doesn't on the real exam. But we're able to go through this, we're able to answer this, and we can go back, we can see an overview of how we're performing. We can flag a question for review if we want to, so we can go back to it later. And then we can submit the exam, and we will get a breakdown on how we did on each and every one of the questions, and we can get an explanation of all of the questions that we got wrong in order to learn from our mistakes. Then we get to the glossary part, and here we have the full glossary. So a full glossary of each and every word you need to know specifically for the Certified Arborist exam. This will obviously carry over to other ISA exams as well, but this is ISA Certified Arborist exam specific. Here we can also search, so if you come across a word in one of the pieces of theory, for example, abiotic, then we can search for abiotic, and we will learn about all of the different words that contain it in the kind of word itself, and also in the description / definition of that word. We can also practice the glossary if we want to do that. So we can do this, and we can go through them, and we will do just a quick 5-term practice like that, and then we finish. But and then we can do the whole thing, for example, like so. So kind of how it works is that if we search for a term, for example, we search for rope, we will practice all of the 51 terms that contain the term rope when we click practice. So learning the glossary is essential for mastering the exam, because if you understand the lingo that's being used when you're taking the exam, you'll be able to perform so much better on the exam because you won't be questioning what the questions mean. Then we come to an ARB-AI. This ARB-AI has access to all of your study data, so how you're doing on the modules, how you're doing on flashcards, how you're doing on practice exams, and how you're kind of progressing through the course. It also knows your exam date, so it will be able to tell you if you're on track for studying for the Certified Arborist exam, and it will be able to give you, for example, like this, a personalized study plan. So this is kind of what it's telling me to do now, which is a pretty good study plan, but you can also ask it about theory. So that is how we recommend that you use this platform. Go through all of the modules, combine it with the official study guide, and read a couple of chapters in the study guide, then look at the related part here inside of Tree Nerd Academy. Definitely review all the videos, review the text lessons, and do the module quiz. Then when you're reviewing, come back and look at the videos again and again until you have the theory nailed. And then keep on practicing by taking practice exams to one, gauge how you're doing, but also practice that test taking technique by simulating the official exam conditions to the greatest extent possible. Then we have a settings page where you can either reset account data. So if you've gone through the course once, for example, you've completed every single module, you've completed every single flashcard, and you still have a month left until taking your exam, you can reset your data so you cannot do the course again and keep track on what you're redoing. We can also submit feedback or request a new feature. We will be very attentive to this, so any feedback you have on the platform, any new feature that you want, please let us know, and we will definitely be getting to this. You can also change your personal data. So for example, if you're taking the exam later, you've decided not quite ready, I'll take the exam the 28th of April instead. You can come ahead and change this, and once you refresh your dashboard, it will have recalculated your recommended study plan. We can also go ahead and we can change the theme, like so, depending on kind of what aura and what vibe we like on our platforms. Maybe you're someone who likes to read in dark mode, then go ahead and switch this to dark mode. Then we have this program, which is the referral program, and you can go in here, you can get a referral link by going to our referral partner, which is called Afonso, and you create an account here by going to create account, and then you input your email, and then you will be given a specific affiliate link that you can share with others, that when you share that one with others and they sign up for the Tree Nerd Academy, you will be given 25% of the purchase price, which is at the very least $49 that will be paid out to you once you've reached $200 of referred earnings. So if you know a couple of people, if you have a team, if you have some friends who you know studying for the exam and you find this helpful, which we are sure that you will, then you can get this and get some free money essentially by referring them to the platform. So that's a quick overview of how we would recommend that you use the platform. Again, just to reiterate, we recommend that you read the official study guide. We recommend that you go through the modules and that you watch both the videos. So some of these modules has one video, some of them have 3 videos, and all of them have multiple text lessons. Go through all of this, practice the flashcards regularly until you've seen all of the questions, and then work on your weaknesses. Make sure that you reiterate over the videos again and again, because Chris is a fantastic teacher and he has some great visualizations and tips to help you understand and extend your knowledge in these areas. Take the practice exams to 1, practice your test technique, engage if you're ready or not. Use the glossary to learn as many words as possible so that you can master the questions themselves. And when you need to, both on the flashcards, both for explaining your practice exam results, and just in general, use the ARB AI in order to learn and have some theory explained to you. Then don't forget to join our referral program and refer your friends to get paid for learning. That's it. If you have any questions, if you have any thoughts, then either leave them inside of the submit feedback or request button here, or send us an email. Chris and I will be very attentive to this, and we're looking to make this the best experience possible. And best of luck with your studying. You got this.